All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. 1, there will be a jury trial today. Number 2, please confer. Criminal trial division is there, family violence is there. Just hand them your file, have a seat. They're going to call you in the order of appearance. We have over 22 inmates, according to the head count from Deputy Laura. Once you request that your client be brought out, do not leave the courtroom because there is a limited number of space and a limited number of inmates that are allowed out for security reasons. Once you've conferred with your client and conferred with the state, then you are ready to approach the court. Do not approach the court if you have not conferred with the state and if you have not conferred with your client. Once you have done those things, just ask the clerk. They will pull your file, have a seat. There's no need to stare me down because guess what? I'm going to call you in the order of appearance. And if I have not called you, it's because I'm doing something important with the emails that I'm receiving and signing orders by email. I'm presiding judge this week. So I have officers who are coming in and I have different things that are sent to me by other courts. So I'm not up here playing Homescapes or Mortal Kombat. I'm actually doing work. So it does you no good to stare me down. And then when you stare me down, sometimes people get in their feelings. I don't, but let's not do that because it's Tuesday. It's not Monday. So we should be grateful for that. If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, guess what? We're going to need an interpreter whether you speak the language or not. Those are the rules. We're going to abide by the rules. If you have someone who is on probation, or if you have reached an agreement where your client is seeking probation, you need to talk to the probation officer. That's Vashon Abrams. Do not disregard her. She's an important part of the process. And if you have someone on probation and you think you've reached a deal with the state, guess what I'm going to ask? Have you spoken to probation? What probation? What are your thoughts? So let's avoid that because then if we avoid that, things will move smoothly. Colleagues, do not skip line and jump line with the prosecutors because when one person is following the rules and other people do not, that breaks down the system. So just take your file, place it on their desk and have a seat. Do not surround them and come rushing at the prosecutors because guess what? The person who's following the rules is going to get a little bit upset, deservedly so. So let's not do that. It's Tuesday. It's not Monday. We're closer to Friday than we were yesterday. So that's something to be happy about. So confer with a smile on your face and kindness in your heart. Everyone, please confer. Cesar Gutierrez. Hello, John. How's it going? Do you think the Magnolias are going to be great for the following
I think
season?
they almost have to be unless we just have no rain between now and May.
Okay, everyone, please whisper. Yes.
If we have no rain between now and May, then they're going to be terrible. But if we have virtually any rain,
They'll be okay.
they'll be great.
All right.
Was that your mother yesterday?
Hmm?
Was that your mom?
No, that was a lady who, Pauline, who was visiting from Missouri.
Okay.
Miss Pettiford. Yeah. So you know what? But she's encouraged me to take a train ride. You know, I always wanted to do a train
Oh,
ride.
yeah.
So she told me there's something called a railway pass where you can have 10 on and off.
And my wife and I, when we came back from Magallanez,
Mhm.
Magallanez or Kwajalein, we with the kids, we rode. We got a basically a cabin at the back of one of the passenger cars. We had both sides of the train, bunks, beds, the
Oh,
whole
wow.
thing. It was wonderful.
Oh, yes, I'm going to do it. So on this one, the state was to re-indict. Am I understanding the case
And
was
they did.
re-indicted?
And they did. And the last time we were here, we got notice of that and got a copy of it. We're ready.
All right, what is the new cause number?
I think it's the same thing, isn't it?
No, they would have given a new cause number, correct?
I don't know, Your Honor.
All right, because I'm unsure. This is not. All right, Yaya?
Yes.
On Cesar Gutierrez, they say this case has been re-indicted. So there should be another case number out there. Let me Let's see. So we should have another file. It was indicted on September 6th. Let me see if we can find it. Because the case number I have right now is not the new indicted number. Let me see if I can put. I'm sorry. Oh, so, oh, -2. Wow, that's how they do it now?
I didn't even notice the -2. I just thought it was the
So
same
do we
number.
have? I don't have that. I don't have the indictment for that. Has he been served with it?
I was given a copy of it by Andrew, yes, last time we were here.
So what I need then is I need an acknowledgement of discovery done under the new case number.
Okay,
So we need that. And then the offer is the same state.
the same offer.
That's
yes,
correct,
we
Your
have. I conferred with my client on that.
And how long do you expect the trial to last?
2 days.
Norma, I need a jury trial date, 2 days. It should be a very quick trial. Do you want to put it on the 16th? All right. So September 16th,
Sure.
and you'll probably be with Judge Angelini.
Oh, good.
Okay.
No more wishy-washy.
All right, and if you could, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I always tell people, not everybody has a suit and tie, and that's fine. But if you wear a shirt, wear some pants. I used to always tell my client, just wear clean clothes if you can. If not, I will get you some. But otherwise, you're dressed appropriately.
My line was, I want a collared shirt and long sleeves. They usually had tattoos.
Okay. All right, well, he's going to take care of your collared shirt. All right, thank you, John. Once you get the reset form, you're excused.
All right, do you want us to submit the,
Acknowledgement of discovery.
and also?
All right, thank you. Jesse Arriaga.
Morning.
Good morning. So my understanding, you have all of the discovery?
Judge, we were reset in the past to look at CPS records. We've just now started doing that. And we signed a protective order just the other day, and they're gonna give us some copies. So we're in the middle of all that.
All right.
Just about there.
So have the CPS records been turned over?
They've been turned over. There are some county records that we received last week. Defense came over, not defense, Victoria Cruz came over to review the records last week. We will be making them accessible to e-discovery today, but they've been provided to defense for it. An offer has been tendered as well.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. Set this for the second week in October for a plea deadline date, please. It's Jesse Arriaga. All right, on October 8th, you need to let the court know whether or not you've come to an agreement. That will be your last date to do so. After that, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you'd have to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
Once you sign the reset form, you're excused, and defense, if you'll sign the acknowledgement of discovery.
I will do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Mario Daniels. Who's here for Mario Daniels? All right, have you reviewed the defense counsel's motion?
Yes.
All right, before we start this, let me email the pretrial services officer to have them zoom in. All right, so just have a seat. Let me send them an email. Jordan Robbins, good morning.
Okay, for sure.
So who's the prosecutor? And you guys on this side? All right, so yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. We have filed a joint motion to continue on this case. I understand that it's getting a little old in the court's concerns about the delays. Mr. Robinson shares the same delays, but we have some discovery that we've been alerted to. There is the lead investigator in this case apparently has been investigated and terminated for.
All right, so now you all know that. So that's something that you all have next.
So we requested the records because we didn't have any other records from the Internal Affairs Department. We did receive some of the records yesterday. I will be providing those to defense today so they can review. In addition to that, I discovered last Friday when I spoke with one of the lieutenants from Shirts PD that there was a separate investigation conducted by the city. The city hired an independent agency to conduct an investigation outside of Shirts PD. Those are the records that we're still missing. So today, the lieutenant is supposed to come back and let me know if, who the contact person is to receive those records. I'm not sure if it's church HR or if it's the city manager's office or if it's the independent agency that has those records. But I should be getting an answer today as to who's gonna be the person that we would be issuing the subpoena.
All right, tell them you need an answer by 10:30. All right, thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Rodney Patterson. All right, and this is Criminal Trial Division.
Yes, Judge, Andrew and I conferred about this.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
Actually, Judge, we're only here to set up on a motion to set bond.
Ah, a motion to set
It
bond.
was a bond publisher from a while back. Andrew and I have conferred and he's recommending 20,000 and we're in agreement.
Well, I mean, it was a bond, I mean, his bond was revoked for what reason?
He missed a court hearing, Judge. But Mr. Patterson, after I've had a chance to visit, I'm the new attorney on the case.
All right, so could you, I don't have a copy of the motion. Do you have a copy of the motion?
I'm sure that I think my bag's in another court because I'm supposed to pick a jury in about 30 minutes.
All right, if you could have the clerks,
I
they're
can
probably
one.
free after. All right,
And I'll bring it back, Judge.
Okay,
One
sure.
second.
just have a second.
Okay.
Renee Signs, is he in custody or on bond? Renee Signs. Come forward. Hello, hi. Thank you for dressing appropriately for trial. All right. Ms. Ferguson. On this case, your attorney is in a jury trial in another court. So of course you can't be in two places at the same time. In the words of the poet. All right, so Ms. Ferguson, recall this for the 24th. He should be done with trial by then. Yes. All right, and once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. All right, you're welcome. Isaac Cabello.
Well, Judge,
Yes.
my client should be logged on Zoom, Judge. It's a travel permit.
All right.
The state's not opposed.
All right, Mr. Cabello, if you could unmute. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So he's asking to travel state. Are you going to have any objection?
No objection, Judge, but we would ask that either a drug test is on return or he would be, that the drug pack would be put on the defendant, either option.
All right, and if you'll are you going to let the complainant know?
Yes, Judge, I don't think that's gonna be an issue. I think he's traveling to Las Vegas
Yes.
for a convention.
Yeah, and he's already on track and all. We've addressed this issue before as far as travel for work. There's already no contact order and he's on track.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge, that's it.
All right, then the court will grant the motion. You'll be allowed to travel. There will be UA upon return. Do you understand, Mr. Cabello?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you. All right. Officer Valdez, thank you so much for zooming in on such short notice. You guys are always so great about that. I really appreciate it. Oh, I can't hear you.
I'm so sorry, of course, Judge.
Thanks. All right, so this is Marlon Daniels. There was an issue that he was locked out of the device. And I've been tendered documentation that the person who drives is his daughter, and the reason for the lockout is that she was giving birth.
Yes, Judge, I was made aware.
All right, so are you okay with continuing him with the same conditions?
Yes, of course, Judge. I haven't had any previous violations for the defendant.
All right, and State, do you have any objections to continuing the same conditions?
No, Judge, the only thing I approached Mr. Sharman about was whether or not scram would be appropriate. His daughter is gonna have a newborn child, again, having the issue of getting it calibrated with the newborn.
That may be an issue.
And that's what I talked to counsel about. I mentioned it to my client, and he's willing to do whatever the court thinks is best on that. He doesn't want this to happen again.
All right.
But I suggest there would be choices, maybe a PAM or a scram, whatever the court thinks is appropriate.
Well, here's one of my issues. And I don't take any of this as true because I haven't had any facts of the case. So the only thing I'm going on is what the charges are and what they say the charges are. My concern is, I know he says he's not going to drive, but sometimes people will drive, and I just don't want anyone driving a vehicle without ignition interlock on it. And if that were to happen, you know, to me, you say he's not driving. I don't see why he can't blow into the vehicle, but he just is not allowed to drive.
Yes,
And does this have a camera to the vehicle?
should, yes.
So if there's a camera on it, I don't see why he can't blow into it, you know, but he's just not allowed to drive it.
Yeah.
And if he's driving it, then we're gonna have an issue, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just giving you the slight leeway of you blowing into the vehicle because your daughter's just given birth. And I understand. Deputy Laura, we have infants and children on this case? Yes. Mark
He's the
did.
bail bondsman.
Oh, he's the bondsman?
He's a bail bondsman. He's a lawyer bondsman.
Okay. Well, I do know Carlos is a bondsman, but if you're the person who's hired on it, just make sure that it's written down for that. Because sometimes what they'll do, whoever makes the bond, if they're an attorney, they put them down as an attorney.
Yes, I've started to deal with that.
All right, so if you'll correct that with Ms. Ferguson. All right, so what we'll do is then I will continue you with the same conditions. Ms. Officer Valdez, you're telling me that there have been no prior violations and state you have no objection to continue with the same conditions.
No, Judge, we were just suggesting just an alternative to help.
All right, is there anything else?
The question is, you want him to blow into the device?
Well, that's between him and his daughter. He's still not allowed to drive, but either he can blow into the device or his daughter can blow into the device. I mean, the main reason that the ignition interlock is on the vehicle is to make sure that he is not driving intoxicated or with alcohol in his system. I realize he's not driving and he said he won't drive, but just as added safety for the public, the ignition interlock is on the vehicle because he's at the residence.
So I didn't hear you say that he had to blow in on a regular basis at all.
Whatever the previous blow-in was for his daughter, whatever rules there were set, that's what he has to abide by. And he can talk to his pretrial services officer concerning that. You have her number?
I do.
All right, so before you leave here today, be sure to give her a call. She'll await your call and she can tell you how many times your daughter had been blowing into the vehicle and how many times you have to blow. So it won't be another lockout.
Okay.
All right, do you have any other questions about anything? Yes.
Judge, sorry, the only thing that I was just thinking about, so it's because it needs to be calibrated, while his daughter, how old is the child? A couple days old?
Yeah.
Yes.
So is she gonna be able to take it to get recalibrated? That's just a question the state has.
Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's gonna have to be recalibrated.
Yes.
I'm sure she can maybe they'll work out a time with her where she's not gone for a long time.
And there may be another member of the family who could do that as well.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay. No, I like that you're thinking of issues that may arise. All right, is there anything else?
That's all we have to.
All right, thank you so much for addressing appropriately for court and be sure to call Officer Valdez.
Will do, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rodney Patterson. All right, are the parties ready on Rodney Patterson? Thank you for the motion. Court is calling 2023 CR 8184 State of Texas versus Rodney Patterson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense? And are you Mr. Patterson?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, your attorney has filed a motion to set bond. You were a no-show for court on October 17th, 2023. And according to the docket sheet, you were previously set for October 16th, 2023. Then it was recalled for October 17th. There was a no-show. Then it was recalled for November 28th. And there still was a no-show by 2:45 p.m. All right. So defense, it's your motion.
Judge, I wasn't involved at the time, but once I got hired by Mr. Patterson, I've had a chance to visit with him. He claims he didn't have notification of that setting. He said he lost contact with his lawyer, made attempts to contact him and was unsuccessful. But obviously he did miss the date. So all we're asking today is to give us a start over with a new bond. Unfortunately for him, he spent 30 days in another county before he could get to Bexar County. So he's now been in jail on this bond forfeiture going on 35, 40 days. So He really needs to get back to work.
State,
Recommend increasing the bond to 20,000, Your Honor.
all right.
And we're okay with that, Judge.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Rodney Patterson.
All right, why did you not appear on the 16th of October, the 17th of October, and November 28th?
I never had contact with my court appointed at the time. I believe it was Patrick Montgomery. Reached out text messages, left them voicemails. Nothing. I never had any contact with him. He's never responded to anything, and I had no notification of any court date or anything
Were you
like
on a
that.
commercial bond?
I don't believe so.
Could somebody look that up? Who was your previous bond with?
Oh, I believe AA Best Bud Bonds.
So AA Best Bonds didn't call you and say you had a court date?
No, ma'am. And I was in contact with them every week.
All right, I find that odd. Usually bondsmen are on top of that.
Usually, Judge, but I can tell you it's not the first time. They have huge masses of clientele, and so some people do get, dropped between the cracks.
All right. Have you ever used any type of illegal drugs in the past?
No, ma'am.
So no marijuana, none of that?
It's been a few years, probably like 10 years. Since
All right, so here's the thing. I need you to listen to my questions and answer my questions because I have to set appropriate conditions
Yes,
for
ma'am.
you on bond. So have you ever done any drugs in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Marijuana.
And what else?
That's it.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
5 and 6.
And if you were released, who would you be staying with?
My house with my girlfriend.
And are there any children in that household?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
5 and 6.
Oh, so those are your biological children. Right. And it doesn't make a difference if they're biological or not. I'm just trying to figure out who the players are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when's the last time you had employment?
30 days ago, but I am still employed.
And what do you do?
I'm a heavy equipment operator.
He was at the job site in Burnett County, Judge. That's where he got arrested.
Okay. All right, is there any other questions? All right. So I'll follow your agreement and set your bond at $20,000. There's going to be regular UAs, and I'll ask that the fees are waived.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're off the record. Where are we on discovery on this case?
Judge, like I said, I've been on the case less than a week. I've had a chance to get to know the facts from talking to my client. I'm assuming the state has the reports. It's a pretty straightforward evading arrest. It shouldn't be too complicated.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, if you were set it in 3 weeks for discovery, please.
And Judge, if my client goes back to the job site in Burnett, can he appear by June?
Yes. All right, October 1st, please give him a reset form. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
All right, you too. John Ruben Magallanez. John Ruben Magallanez. All right, just have it. Who's the attorney?
Rodney Patterson. I'm filling in the regular attorney on this. He's out of the county, so.
Okay.
I know.
All right, state on, this is a motion to set bond.
It is, Judge. Yes, Judge.
All right. Have you run his SID number?
Yes, Judge.
All right,
Because it was a rear arrest.
okay. But is he also Mark Dominique Montez or no?
That didn't, I can double check.
All right, if you could double check, because that's what's coming up here. Have you ever been known as Dominique?
No.
All right, if you have a seat, they're gonna look this up and then we'll bring you back up.
Thank you, Judge. It's not popping up.
It's not popping up for you? Yeah, just give me a moment.
Yes, Judge.
Freddy Guajardo. Hello. So my understanding is acknowledgement of discovery is due.
Well, council still has to view the forensic, but I know they sent an email to the people that set that up. We made an offer
Just
today.
1 second. Excuse me, everyone. Whisper like you're spies and you're trying not to get caught. Thank you. Yes.
So I think discovery is in good order, because we have the forensic and, council, of course, can view that whenever they have a moment. We tendered an offer today, a preliminary starting offer, if you will. And that's where we are with the case, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Freddy Guajardo, if I can have a 3-week reset for a plea deadline date, please. All right, we'll be back on October 1st. Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court, but you always do. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
October first is a vacation day for me. Can I move it just like 2 days after that? The following Monday or Tuesday?
All right, Norma, put it on October 7th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And state on Guajardo, if you can prepare a acknowledgement of discovery, please.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. All right, are you all ready on John Magallanez now?
Yes, Judge.
I still don't understand why that keeps popping up. It shouldn't pop up. Norma, can you pull up John Ruben Magallanez? For some reason, when I put it in, he keeps coming up as Dominique. And what keeps popping up is Mark Dominique Montez. It's a drug case. It's closed. Ah. All right, thank you. So you do know Mark Dominique Montez, though. Okay.
Could it be judged at the night magazine bridge popping up? Because I've had that happen with popping 2 cases.
I have no doubt. It's $3.99. Yeah. He says he doesn't know. He doesn't know his co-defendant. How quickly we forget. All right, court is calling night mag number 73764-2, State of Texas versus John Ruben Magallanez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel S. Clark, State of Texas.
Defense.
Tony Polreese filling in for John San Heinrich on the defense.
Are you John Magallanez? All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any objection to this attorney standing in? You can lower your hand. You're gonna have to speak up.
Sorry.
That's okay. Use the bass in your voice. Speak up so the court reporter can hear, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the court is in receipt of a motion to set bond. State, have you had a chance to review the document?
Yes, Judge.
Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, set the bond at $5,000 to add in the condition of no firearm ownership. And there were 2 new cases that he was rearrested on, so we were just gonna add in, there's a no harmful or injurious contact order with Raquel Magallanez.
And how you spell the first name?
Raquel, that's how it was spelled in the convocation on this year.
Okay.
And then a no contact order with Christy and Alanis. And Christy is Kristy.
I'm sorry, A-R-I.
Kristy. And that's Ann, A-N-N.
Mhm.
And then Alanis is A-L-A-N-I-Z.
All right, and that no harmful or injurious contact, what is that? What is the offense?
So it's terroristic for a family. That's both of the offenses, Judge. That was the condition that was in the misdemeanor.
Okay. Well, what I can tell you is conditions in this court with regards to the terroristic threat, I do no contact orders. And if they want to have contact, then people need to come in. Because part of my job in setting bonds, one is to protect the community and make sure the conditions are appropriate for him to be successful on bond. So, have you ever used any drugs in the past?
No, ma'am.
So this possession less than a gram case, state, maybe you need to look at that because he's never used drugs in the past. So you're telling the court you never used marijuana, never used cocaine, never used methamphetamine.
I found it in my work truck.
No, I don't want to get into the facts of the case.
Sorry.
So you've never used any,
I've tried marijuana. That's it.
and are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Land surveying. I'm a crew chief.
All right. Do you have any children?
3,
What are their ages?
11, 10, and 6.
And what is your relationship to Raquel Magallanez
That's my wife,
and Christy and Alanis?
ex-wife.
And do you have other family in San Antonio?
Yes.
Who would be your other family?
My brother, Esteban Magallanez. My father, Esteban Magallanez.
sister, Alicia Magallanez, my mom, Melinda Bentacur.
All right. Anything else from either side? Any other questions?
No, Judge, other than just requesting again that the court consider a no harmful injuries contact as opposed to no contact order so that he may return home and to match the misdemeanor.
All right, here's the thing. I don't know what was heard in the misdemeanor court. I know that sometimes people come up with an agreement because maybe the complainant no longer wants to press charges, but I don't do that here because I think that's a very dangerous thing to do sometime. So for me to consider doing a no harmful or injurious contact, I need to know something else about that. So if they want to come in to speak to me about that, then they can. If they want to do it by Zoom, I'm sure the state will have no objections. If you want to talk with family violence, because that's the family violence section, maybe they can give me some more information about this terroristic threat.
Yes,
But for now, it's going to be, I'll follow your agreement, a $5,000 bond. There's to be no firearm possession. There's to be no contact with Raquel Magallanez or Christy Ann Alanis. And there's to be regular UAs, and I'll ask that the fees are waived.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further on this case, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And you can talk to the family violence prosecutors over there about the misdemeanor issues.
I will. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Johnny Munoz. All right, so we keep saying that he has an unindicted family violence case. Has that been indicted?
Not to my knowledge, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, it hasn't. It's a first-degree case with family violence.
All right, well, we're moving on without that because that case has been unindicted since July. So I don't know what's happening upstairs.
The state's not made me a plea offer considering the number of cases that remain unindicted.
All right, state, you need to make an offer and that needs to be done today.
If the indicted ones, yeah, they can definitely make that offer.
All right. So if y'all will sit back and make him an offer, and what case is upstairs that's unindicted?
It's an exact assault case.
Okay. All right, so then we'll be going with this. So if state, if you, family violence,
Yes,
are
Your
any
Honor.
of these cases?
No, Judge, the rest of them are all CED.
All right, so CTD has made an offer and,
They've not made an offer yet. I'll talk to them and I'll get an offer.
all right, so then once you've done that, just come back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aaron Taylor.
Ready, Judge?
All right,
How you doing, Ms. Frank?
yes. Hello, how's it going?
All right. I have my two-board.
I'm sorry, what?
I had my two-board. I jumped on me over there.
Ah, that can be bad.
No, I have copies. Thank you for asking.
All right, court is calling 2020 CR 5696, State of Texas versus Aaron Taylor Jr. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Damon Ritz, Your Honor, from Mr. Taylor.
Are you Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, Mr. Taylor, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Aaron Taylor Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 5696 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on November 22nd, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Aaron Taylor Jr. did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of April and May of 2024 in violation of condition number 4. State waives the remaining violation allegation.
All right, to violation of condition number 4, how do you plead? True or not true?
Well, you failed to report for,
I failed to report.
and you true or not true?
It's true.
So you're pleading true to number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Taylor, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yeah.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
They were saying something about a mental help for me.
No. Here's the thing. I know that there may be an agreement that may have been reached between the state and the defense. I don't have to follow that agreement. So do you understand that I don't have to follow the agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if I don't follow the agreement, do you understand that I could sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Deny the motion, alter and amend to extend 18 months and add DDRF followed by MHI or Genesis.
All right, is that the proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation? Yes. On Mr. Taylor? Is that the probation's recommendation? All right, so Mr. Taylor,
Yes, ma'am.
probation is saying that they want you to go to DDRF and that you're to remain in custody until there's a bed available for DDRF. DDRF is inpatient for mental health.
Yeah.
Probation, what is the wait time for him?
That was explained to defense, and right now the current wait is 3 to 4 months.
All right, so that would mean, Mr. Taylor, that you will be in custody.
4 months?
Yes.
Yes. You know that, I explained.
Yeah,
All right, so do you understand that, Mr. Taylor?
yes, ma'am.
All right, so
And they
here's,
start today, they saying?
well,
for
the
the bed?
count will probably start tomorrow, not today. So the count for 3 months will start tomorrow, most likely. And the reason why that is because I haven't agreed to follow your agreement yet.
Right.
And the probation has to put it in the system.
In the system.
Yes. Do you have any family support?
Do I have any family that supports me?
Yes.
Only my brother,
Okay.
Abe Taylor. That's the one I was living with. And I was
Right.
looking,
And is this this is not the previous case with the other brother, is it? This is a different person?
It's a different person.
Okay.
and I was
Brothers are
trying to-
stepping up, aren't they?
and I was trying to look out for my mother too, Miss Bella. She was 87 years old.
Okay. All right, well, we have to make sure that you report, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what they're telling me is there's some mental health issues going on
Yes,
and those need to be addressed. If they're not addressed, you're going to be right back here. You understand?
yes, I'm gonna try not to do like that.
All right. And the reason why it was taking me a long time to consider whether or not to follow your agreement is because I was rereading the facts of your case
Yeah.
and just making sure if what I recall to be the facts of your case are the facts of your case. And I see in this case,
I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do better.
okay, all
You
right,
got
because I see in this case, you wanted to use the restroom. It appears that it was a public restroom, but it's not public when you go into a store. They always say you have to buy something. So
Yeah.
whenever you go into a store and you want to use the restroom and they say you have to buy something, if you will take the least expensive item, a stick of gum, when I was growing up, it was 25 cents. Now it's
Right.
probably $2.
Right.
If you just buy that one thing, use the
Mhm.
restroom and come out.
No,
All right. So court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to follow your agreement and there will be DDRF followed by what is what does the I stand for in MHI?
It's the mental health initiative, Judge.
All right. Followed by the mental health initiative in Genesis. And extend you for 18 months. And you're to remain in custody until transferred to DDRF.
you said that'd be about like 3 to 4 months from now?
Mhm. And Ms. Ferguson, can you give me a phantom date on Mr. Taylor and recall this in 4 months? And if you're not gone, you'll be here and we'll come up with something else, okay?
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Let me see. Let me look at the calendar. Let's just do a checkup on him on December 16th. Can we do that? Now, December 16th is not the 4 months, but that's just for us to make sure that they have you on the list and that you're moving along. All right. Any other questions? All right, we can go off the record. So, Mr. Taylor, one thing that I require, and state your excuse, one thing that I require in this court, nobody can help you if we don't know what's going on in your life. The number one thing you should always do in this court is make sure you report. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. If I'm here, I'll address it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But do not disappear. When you disappear and you're on probation, it's sort of like when you disappear, when you owe somebody money, that's when they start getting worried.
Right.
All right, so don't disappear, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else you need?
No, that was it.
All right, good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
And Norma, can you make sure you give him a reset form for December 16th so that's something he can remember and he can have?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, it's not gonna appear in the system that
Right.
date,
Right.
but you'll know.
Right.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Are you all ready on Monica Wade?
Ready.
All right, Monica Wade. All right, so the motion to revoke, are you chewing gum? Yeah. So the motion to revoke, that's been taken care of.
Yes, ma'am.
So then what we have pending is the felon in possession of a firearm.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where are we on discovery?
We're almost there. We're trying to get an eyewitness, exculpating witness to give to the prosecution, but there's a delay. We have to get you send the case to the grand jury.
Okay, all right. Then if that is not done, you can always file a motion for an examining trial.
Excuse, Your Honor.
Just one moment. Have you been checking in with probation?
Yes.
All right, probation, any issues with Miss Wade?
No,
All right, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Attorney for Dirklin, Davie. All right, Mr. Davie, come down.
No, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Davie.
Hello.
Hi, you're on this side, counsel. What happened to your eye?
No, it's just, I think it's a star or bump or something.
Oh, you need to have that checked out.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want to turn it into something else
No.
or be on that show where next thing you know, your entire eye is covered.
Yes.
And my mom and I are watching and wondering, why did he wait till his entire eye was covered? All right, where are we on discovery defense?
Your Honor, I've just been retained last week. I'm Monica Anna Guerrero. Monica E. Guerrero is the former attorney on it. We have not gotten much discovery. However, I did come through with the prosecutor and I have the accident report and some of the medical, et cetera. This is a DWI ag assault case. So we're still working on the discovery. We're still waiting on the BAC results also.
All right, so this is the only case he has pending or no?
He has one, the DWI is pending in CC7.
And they arise out of the same criminal episode, Your Honor.
All right. What are the chances of having an attorney named Monica E. Guerrero and then a new Monica A. Guerrero is hired? Somebody do the statistical analysis on that.
It's been a confusing time around here lately. Yeah, I'm new to San Antonio, not new to the practice, but
Welcome. Where are you coming from?
I went to SMU in Dallas and practiced in Austin and Abilene and making the tour to San Antonio now.
I don't think any of the Texas Longhorns will hold that against you.
Okay, good.
SMU, I'm telling you, once they did the death penalty for that football team, it's just been downhill ever since. Some attorneys need to address that. Yeah, they didn't do that with the other teams from Florida.
It was
Cornelius Cox.
minimal football program when I was there.
Oh, wow. I mean, it used to be a top-notch football program. I watched the ESPN 30 for 30 or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, and they said they were just giving money to everybody. Mr. Taylor,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna need you to stay quiet in the box, okay?
Taylor, Magallanez?
Thank you, Deputy Laura. All right, so what are we here for today?
We're here at a motion to reinstate fund. To reinstate the fund. It was, Mr. Davie was a pretrial supervision. There's violation reports. There are 2 violations on August 7th and the 10th.
All right, so just give me a moment, and if you all step back, give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna have the clerk to pull the violation reports for me so I can see what's going on.
I have a copy with you. If you'd like,
Yes, if you-
in my bag. Just a second.
Awesome.
Okay.
And was there 1 or 2 violation reports? 2. All right. So if I can see those violation reports, it will be great. Your attorney, Monica A. Guerrero.
You're welcome. It's actually the third and fourth violation. The first and second were resolved. There was some confusion on enrolling him in an interlock ignition. He didn't have a car. CC7 had given him a mobile breathalyzer. And so the non-enrollment was, before I became counsel, was worked out because there wasn't anything.
All right, so just give me a moment. Let me have them pull violations 1 and 2.
Okay.
All right, so if y'all will step back briefly, and then I'll call you up right away. Kevin Wright.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. All right, on this, the defense has filed a motion for a bond reduction. State, have you had a chance to review?
I did review this, Your
All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 6480, State of Texas versus Kevin Victor Wright. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor. Anthony Cantrell for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion for a bond reduction. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, this case is presently set for trial on November 4th. My client has a $75,000 bond presently on aggravated robbery case. So we'd ask the court to consider a bond of $25,000. That's even is a lot of money for my client, but that's something we could possibly afford and post bond on. I would most likely post a bond on this case. I feel very confident it's going to come to court. I think he has a very good defense in this case. If you'd like, I can ask questions about his financial.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
Kevin Wright.
All right, defense.
Mr. Wright, do you have any financial positions such as stocks, bonds, bank accounts, where you could sell and post $75,000 bonds?
No, sir.
Do you have any real property, including land, housing, or anything like that you could sell and post a bond?
No, sir.
The people who would help you right now would be your mother, and is it a girlfriend?
Yes, yes, sir.
And have they been trying for the last 4 or 5 months to come up with some money?
Yes, yes, sir.
And they just haven't been able to come up with at least 7,500 or even half of that.
Correct.
Try to get a bond for you.
Correct.
So because of your condition right now, you're indigent
Yes.
and not able to afford a 75 or even a $50,000 bond.
Correct.
If your bond was reduced, would you come to court and defend yourself on the charges that have been assessed against you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Pass, please.
State, any questions?
Yes, have you spoken with your mother or other family members, and have they gone to any bondsmen?
As of like for the $75,000 bond?
Yes.
Yes, they can't afford it though.
Have they gone to them?
No.
Okay, no further questions, John.
All right, any other questions?
No, Your Honor, not this time.
All right. So have you ever used any drugs in the past?
Such as like tobacco.
No marijuana?
Yes, I have.
All right, so marijuana and what else? And I'm talking about in the past. I don't want to interfere with any parts of the facts in this case. So I'm just saying in the past. So in the past, marijuana, what else?
And tobacco, that's it.
How old are you?
21.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I have 3.
3 children at 21. What are their ages?
3, 2, and my daughter's birthday in 2 days. She's gonna be 1.
And this girlfriend, is she the mother of these children?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if you were released from custody, who would you be living with?
My father.
And have you asked him if you could live with him?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your father's name?
Kevin Wright. See.
State, any other questions?
Yes. Sir, do you have any other prior felony convictions?
I have 1 prior felony conviction.
And what is that?
Discharging firearm in an occupied vehicle.
And is that within Texas, or is that,
No, sir, it's not Texas.
where is that at?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
And do you have any other arrests in Las Vegas, Nevada?
No, sir, not that I can remember.
for marijuana?
I think so.
And any other charges that you were arrested for in Las Vegas that were possibly dismissed?
I can't remember.
Assault?
I guess.
Attempted murder?
I guess so, yes, sir. I think those are dismissed though.
So you do remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, and so the charge with, I couldn't hear you. You said discharging a firearm
In an occupied vehicle.
in an occupied vehicle. All right. All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any gang affiliation?
No, sir, no, ma'am.
All right. All right, court will hear argument. Defense, it's your motion.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, first of all, I believe my client will come to court and defend himself on these charges. Judge, he just doesn't have the finances to post a $75,000 bond. I believe the court would do a $25,000 bond. Talking to his parents, they would be able to come up with that. It would certainly it would assist me in his defense if he were out coming to my office, review video and things of that sort. It's a lot easier when someone's out versus when they're in jail. We'd ask the court to consider that also.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. There seems to be no other evidence that this individual or family members has gone to try to obtain a bond on 75,000, and also just the safety of the community, considering its history, state believes $75,000 is appropriate.
All right. The court is considering your history. And also, I recognize that cases were dismissed. When cases are dismissed, they're dismissed. And I know sometimes people will say, where there's smoke, there's fire, but I just deal in facts. I don't know why those cases were dismissed, but they were. So it's not for me, really, I think, to consider dismissed cases. So with that being in mind and with your testimony, the court will order full GPS. If it turns out that he has employment, then the court will reconsider partial for employment purposes. I'll ask that the fees are waived and you're to reside with Kevin Wright. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors, and I'll set your bond at 65,000. All right, is there anything else?
That's from the state line.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can make that sure that he has a reset form for his jury trial, just in case. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.